September 11, 2001. 6:45 a.m. Mohammed Atta and Abdul Aziz Al Omari arrive at Boston's Logan Airport. 7:35. Atta and Al Omari board American Airlines Flight 11, a Boeing 767 bound for Los Angeles. 7:40. 3 additional plotters board Flight 11. 7:59. American Airlines Flight 11 departs 14 minutes late from Logan. 8:14. United Airlines Flight 175, a Boeing 767 carrying 56 passengers and 9 crew members, departs from Boston for Los Angeles. 5 hijackers are aboard. 8:19 a.m. A flight attendant on Flight 11 alerts American Airlines. The cockpit is not answering. Somebody stabbed in business class. And I think there's mace that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked. 8:20 a.m. American Airlines Flight 77, a Boeing 757 with 58 passengers and 6 crew members, departs from Washington Dulles International Airport for Los Angeles. 5 hijackers are aboard. 8:24 a.m. The hijackers are heard from. A radio transmission from Flight 11. We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We are returning to the airport. It is believed Atta mistakenly held a button directing his voice to radio rather than to the plane's cabin as he intended. 8:26 a.m. Flight 11 makes a 100-degree turn to head south, heading towards New York City. 8:34 a.m. 2 F-15 pilots begin to suit up. 8:42 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93 takes off from Newark Airport 40 minutes late with 37 passengers and 7 crew members bound for San Francisco. 4 hijackers are aboard. 8:46 a.m. 2 F-15 fighter jets are ordered to scramble from Otis Air National Guard Base in Massachusetts to intercept Flight 11. 8:46 a.m. Going roughly 466 miles per hour, Flight 11 crashes into the north face of One World Trade Center between floors 93 and 99. 8:49. CNN breaks into a commercial break to become the first national outlet reporting the crash. 8:52 a.m. Lee Hansen receives a phone call from his son Peter, a passenger on United 175, who says, "I think they've taken over the cockpit. An attendant has been stabbed, and someone else up front may have been killed. The plane is making strange moves. Call United Airlines. Tell them it's Flight 175, Boston to LA." A flight attendant aboard calls the United Airlines office in San Francisco, reporting the flight had been hijacked. Both pilots killed. A flight attendant had been stabbed, and 4 hijackers were probably flying the plane. 8:54 a.m. Flight 77 deviates from its assigned course, turning south over Ohio. 8:55 a.m. Announcements are made over the building-wide PA system by officials in the still undamaged South Tower of the World Trade Center, reporting that the building is secure and that people should return to their offices. 8:55 a.m. President George W. Bush, who is visiting Emma E. Booker Elementary School in Florida, is told that a small twin-engine plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. 8:56 a.m. The transponder on Flight 77 is turned off. Radar contact with the aircraft is lost. The plane turns east and travels undetected for 36 minutes towards Washington. 8:58 a.m. Flight 175 turns towards New York City. 9:02 a.m. The fire department orders an evacuation of the World Trade Center. 9:03 a.m. Flight 175 crashes into the south face of 2 World Trade Center between floors 77 and 85. 9:05 a.m. As President George W. Bush is about to begin reading the pet goat aloud to students, Chief of Staff Andrew Card interrupts to whisper to the president, "A second plane has hit the second tower. America is under attack." 9:17 a.m. The FAA closes down all New York City airports. 9:21 a.m. All bridges and tunnels into Manhattan are closed. 9:28 a.m. Hijackers storm the cockpit on Flight 93 and take over the flight. 9:29 a.m. President George W. Bush makes his first public statements about the attacks in front of an audience of about 200 teachers and students at the elementary school. He states that he will begin going back to Washington, that we've had a national tragedy, and leads a moment of silence. 9:35 a.m. Flight 93 reverses direction over Ohio and starts flying east. 9:35 a.m. The Secret Service orders the immediate evacuation of Vice President from the White House. 9:38 a.m. Flight 77 crashes into the western side of the Pentagon. All 64 people on board are killed, as are 125 Pentagon personnel. 9:43 a.m. The White House and the Capitol are evacuated and closed. 9:45 a.m. United States airspace is shut down. 9:57 a.m. Passenger revolt begins on Flight 93. 9:57 a.m. President George W. Bush leaves Sarasota, Florida on Air Force One. 9:59 a.m. The South Tower of World Trade Center begins to collapse. 10:03 a.m. United Airlines Flight 93 is crashed by its hijackers 80 miles southeast of Pittsburgh before passengers succeed in breaching the cockpit door. 10:20 a.m. President Bush aboard Air Force One tells Vice President Cheney that he has authorized a shoot down of aircraft if necessary. 10:28 a.m. The North Tower of the World Trade Center begins to collapse. 10:50 a.m. 5 stories of part of the Pentagon collapse due to the fire. 12:39 p.m. On CNN, Senator John McCain characterizes the attack as an act of war. 5:20 p.m. 7 World Trade Center, a 47-story building that has sustained damage from falling debris and widespread fires, collapses. 7:24 p.m. Members of Congress join on the steps of the Capitol and sing "God Bless America." 8:30 p.m. President George W. Bush addresses the nation from the White House. He says, Make no mistake.
The United States will hunt down and punish those responsible for these cowardly acts.